Hi, Steve. What are the challenges of playing the second night of a back-to-back after you just got home from a 4-game road trip?
Yeah, it's a unique one given the makeup date last night. The challenge is coming off a late game last night, late arrival. On the other hand, this is the NBA, and we've played in a million back-to-backs. So, and then obviously we rested several of our guys, as you know. So, in anticipation of this tough week, that was the plan last night, and hopefully that'll help the overall week.
And a big update for James Wiseman that he'll get the 2 games in the G League before joining the team. Why did you feel like the G League was the best avenue to help him get those cobwebs off?
Well, he's been scrimmaging, with the team here the last few weeks, and the next logical step is live action in the G League. So I don't know of any other option other than to put him into one of our games, and we feel like it makes a lot more sense for him to get some action and play a lot, get a lot of rhythm and conditioning before he plays for us.
When you say a lot, I mean, do you think it'll be a few weeks down there? Or are you only committing to the first 2 games?
Just committing to the first 2 games, and then we'll go from there.
Steve, I know you've been careful not to put an exact timetable for Draymond, but Draymond has just put an exact timetable for Draymond. 14th, I mean, he didn't say absolutely, but he said that's what he's targeting. Is that everything headed to him being back for that Monday game?
It looks like it. That's we've known the last couple of weeks that there was, kind of a general timetable of, right around that date anyway, but now it's been pinpointed. So we've watched him ramp up the activity and, improve his conditioning, and he's feeling better each day. And it's good. He'll scrimmage tomorrow and, get some live work in, and, hopefully the rest of the week goes really well, and he's back on that Monday. By the way, when I said a lot, what I meant was minutes wise, not a lot, meaning multiple games. I just meant, to be able to throw him out there for 20, 25 minutes, that's the idea.
Is there a sense of, not the cavalry's coming back, but you have some guys now you can kind of feel them getting ready to come back? Yeah, for sure. Draymond and Andre are both doing well, and James is doing well, and it's 3 of our most athletic players, and obviously in Draymond's case, our most important defensive player, and in Andre's case, our one of our best overall players, a point forward. Both Draymond and Andre will be able to handle some of the point forward duties that Steph is accustomed to them handling, so he can play off the ball. And we can kind of get back to playing, our usual style. And I think I'm looking forward to it, but we can't just sit here and think that's going to solve everything. We got a lot of things to clean up, and that's what we're working on now.
This is the 3rd consecutive game that Gary's missed with the knee. What's the concern level with that?
Well, the training staff said the MRI was clear, so not a huge concern, but obviously we want to get him right. We don't want him to have any setbacks.
And who's starting in that spot?
Moses will start tonight.
Was just going to ask you, obviously we've seen Moody score a lot. Defensively, you've complimented him throughout just for knowing what he was supposed to do, the rotations. Yeah. Is he a guy that you can, hey, maybe I'll throw him against some, interesting, dangerous scores? He's one of those guys, or do you?
Well, put it this way. I don't fear having him on the floor in terms of matchups or feel and expertise. He's wise beyond his years. And he's got a big, strong frame, and he's tough and physical. So I think he's ready.
We've heard about those big scoring nights in the G League. Sometimes he looked like he would take shots up here. Sometimes maybe he's turning him down. Lately, obviously, he's taking shots. Have you, coaching staff, told him be more aggressive, Has that been part of a discussion with him offensively?
A little bit, but I think it was just kind of up to this point, a very natural progression of, learning early on in the season and then sending him to Santa Cruz for minutes and then making sure he was on the right path, which he's been on. And then what we noticed was every scrimmage here, he was just lighting it up. And so he's very, very confident. We didn't really need to tell him, you have to be more aggressive. He's just very naturally aggressive. Great thing with him is he's got incredible feel. So he's a guy who makes the back cut at the right time. He'll attack the closeout, running through the pass and attacking the rim and not letting the defense come out and get set before he makes his move. These are things that, most players, it takes time for them to really understand, and he's just got a natural knack for them.
How reasonable would it be to play like the Steph, Clay, Poole lineups a lot in the game? And what have you noticed about those lineups since Clay's been back?
Well, that combination, that trio is really, really good in terms of plus minus. I think it's we have to take it game by game based on matchups and defensive coverages and matchups. I think it's more likely to happen when we are fully healthy. If you have Draymond behind the play, you can get away with more defensively on the perimeter, and you can get away with less size if we're going to play Steph and Jordan together. So the problem, as over the last 6 weeks, our defense has been really bad. And so we got to shore up our defense before we can think, too much about, which combinations we're playing.
You're going to the new pattern for Steph, which leaves open kind of a bigger chunk without him on the court. Will those be like Jordan Poole minutes, presumably?
Yeah. Most likely Jordan and Clay will be out there together during those minutes. One of the things that was happening with the 4 rests rather than 2 was, he'd get stuck at the scorer's table occasionally, but more often the game would be in the balance. It'd be the 6-7 minute mark of the fourth quarter, and we'd look at each other and we'd say, we can't take Steph out right now. And he ended up playing 39, 40 minutes. He's done that probably 5 or 6 times this year, if not more. And long term, that's not ideal. So this substitution pattern not only allows him to get into a better rhythm, but it locks in kind of a 6-minute rest each half without giving up too many of those fourth quarter minutes. So that's why we're going to it.
Steve, you talked last night about how much you like the energy from that group that was in Denver. How important is it that the entire team comes out with that energy tonight? Is there anything you can do as a coach to try to get that to catch fire?
Yeah, we just had a walkthrough and we praised our young guys for how they played. We showed some clips from last night, and frankly, our older guys need to play that same way. Hard cuts, good screens. We weren't perfect, but we played really hard, and the ball moved. Our previous couple of games, Dallas and the Lakers, the ball did not move well at all, and generally we're not very good when the ball doesn't move. And so if we can come out tonight and going forward with that same kind of ball movement and not just willingness, but an eagerness to get a great shot for our teammates, we're going to be much better.
Do you have a target date for Iguodala's return?
No.
You feel like you get the sense it'll be pretty soon?
Yeah, he's doing well.
Okay.
I know you think they're wings, but does Moody look more like a 3 to you or like a 2 to you right now?
I'm not sure there's too much of a difference, for us, because, Steph and Jordan are really the kind of the playmaking ones, and everybody else is just a wing. And with Moses, he can guard, 2s and 3s, even some 4s. And on offense, it's kind of the same responsibility. We're not going to ask him to create a lot of plays, but the way he plays, he'll generate shots just because of his awareness and his feel.
Steve, did you catch what Raymond Ritter did for this family in Denver who didn't get to see Steph play last night? And Raymond's going to connect them with some tickets so they can see him Thursday night. I mean, is that just another example of what this organization stands for?
Yeah, absolutely. We always try to do that, and we're probably going to get hundreds of emails now, but yeah, not surprising at all.
Steve, with Andrew in whatever you want to call it, a slump or whatever, is there anything that you and your staff members have needed to do or say to try and get him back to where he was before the All-Star thing popped up?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of coaching is individual coaching and watching tape, and we've done some of that, just trying to encourage Andrew to get into the ball defensively. That's when he's at his best, and to attack the rim, get to the foul line. So those are things we'll continue to harp on with him, and I have no doubt he'll get back into a groove. He's had a great season, but didn't have a great month. But that happens. Happens to every player. So there's lots of time for him to get his groove back. Thanks.